they have is very nice here. I was trying to ration it and try to use some of the bug spray that I brought, the skeeter screen, since it's, you know, essential oils and everything, and it works pretty great at home. I don't know, I think these mosquitoes might actually not mind it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, they're not swarming me like they were before,
think it's
so
helping, but it's not nearly as...
I think I had just forgotten to I didn't apply it fast enough when I got out here the other day. That's probably my problem. And also, it didn't help that we had one in the bathroom, so like in the middle of the night when I got up to the bathroom, it probably got me too. It was like, oh look, an Ashley buffet.
And then we got to go outside yesterday because Ashley has a sari at home, so we went...
so I needed a blouse for the sari.
So we went to the store called Beauty Silks, and it is huge. It's multiple levels. We only went on 2 levels. But they have so many fabrics and so many options.
And of course my shoulders are like too wide to get their pre-stitched blouses, so they had to take my measurements, and so I got to pick out what fabric I wanted and basically tell them the design of the blouse that I wanted. So that was really cool. I think that's actually, you know, ends up being a little bit better than having to do one that's already done. So that's pretty exciting.
It was a really cool experience with them pulling out all of the different fabrics and everything.
Oh, there's so many different fabrics. And then, of course, Emily saw something shiny.
Yeah.
So,
So that'll come in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're sewing them up.
Yep. And so, that's exciting.
Time flew by in there.
It did.
We were looking at so many things.
Yeah, and then we're like, wait a minute, it's dinner time and we're still here. So the lady that was with us, she called back here and told them that we were running late, and so they brought our dinner to our villa for us and set it out on our table. So then we were able to eat al fresco out after we got back, and the food was delicious.
And we were exhausted, so we had to go to bed.
Yeah, and there was definitely, by that time there was no making a video at that point. And then today I started my purgation. So purgation is basically where they induce diarrhea, and like I said, they started prepping me for it yesterday. I got to have pineapple before my entree before breakfast.
Your appetizer.
Or appetizer, yeah. Appetizer. And then I also got it as my appetizer before lunch, which we've never had fruit before lunch before. But it was like super delicious. So the other times it was like just ripe enough to eat, and then this time it was like super ripe, super juicy. It was like perfect. And I have been exceptionally emotional today. Like, I thought I was emotional the other days. I've been exceptionally emotional today. I started crying a little bit in the treatment room. I mean, not like super bad. Like, I was trying to like keep some composure because I didn't want the girls to like stop the treatment or slow down, you know, because I still wanted to like be able to get out on time. But oh my gosh, so I've bonded with one of my treatment ladies. Her name's Sandra, and so I've asked the doctor to like assign Sandra to me because I know Sandra's going to be off for a couple of days. So then that way when she comes back, she's still going to be with me. Because I told the doctor, I mean, I was like, I've bonded with her and I feel safe with her. So I'm like, in order for these, because I know that the treatments are going to get more intense, I'm like, it's going to be better for me if I can stick with her because I feel safe, you know? But she was like, saw the tears coming down my face, and she's like, oh ma'am, why are you crying? Are you okay? And so she's like freaking out. I'm like, it's okay, it's good. I'm, you know, getting the stuff out. Trying to explain that my body has been holding these emotions like physically. It's, you know, when you bottle up your emotions, your body holds on to them. Like it is going somewhere, and you just don't realize that you're storing it. And so I'm getting a lot of that out now, because I've realized that that's the only way I knew how to do it. That was that was what I learned from a young age, was to bottle it up. So I've got 33 and a half years of bottled up emotions that are coming out. And a mosquito is trying to eat me. Okay. Oh, and Sandra did my hair today and gave me a little gem. Oh, and so I had told Sandra that the reason I had started crying was because the Pichu, it's a medicated oil. It's like a super thick gauze pad, right?
Mine are towels.
Oh really? Oh, mine's like a gauze pad, because I can see how you could like pull it apart.
Oh, interesting.
But it's thicker than a regular towel, but it's like gauze consistency. Emily was smelling it, and she's like, I know that I've eaten this before, so we tried to ask the girls, and they're just like, medicated oil. I'm like, okay, yes, but we know that there's something in it that you can eat. Like, so we asked the doctors, and they were like, medicated oil too, and then we were like, okay, no. But it smells like something we've eaten before.
And then they started laughing.
Yeah.
And they said it had shallots in it.
Yeah. So I mean, I can see that once you're laying there and like smelling it, it's like some sort of cooked shallots or something. But what it really reminds me of is Mom's potato leek soup, and that thing was so good. But it smells just like that did. And so it ended up being like a trigger for me. So like I smell it and the waterworks start coming. So yeah. So I kind of try to explain that to Sandra, but I mean she speaks a lot better English than some of the other treatment people. But she's also not fluent, so some things get lost in translation a little bit. But yeah, it was kind of funny and sad at the same time. And then of course I got back to the room, and that's when the full-fledged waterworks came. But luckily I have Emily here to buddy system to help through it. And then so after I had to go to the bathroom several times, I had to go 4 times before I was allowed to eat my clear vegetable soup, which was delicious, by the way. And then had to go a couple more times before they allowed me to have mashed potatoes, and I forgot to take a picture of my mashed potatoes. I will take a picture later, because they're not what you would traditionally think of mashed potatoes, but they're still good. It's almost like they're not quite pureed, but almost. And they ain't got anything fancy, you know. That's for sure. I mean, they might have a little salt, maybe. Or maybe it's just the type of potato. I don't know. But Emily gets to go through purgation tomorrow. It's on her list. Woo! The highlight of purgation, though, is that I did not have to drink that nasty tea in the afternoon. When she had to drink it, I was doing like a little happy jig. So I was like, nanny boo boo. Although tomorrow it's gonna be her.
But I didn't have to track how many times I pooped today, so. Or,
yeah, although, you know, I don't know that I mean, I don't think you can really call it pooping. Because there's like, you have, if you even feel like the slightest inkling you need to go, you got to get up and go, because you can't, there's no holding it in. Nothing. Ooh, I get to drink electrolytes after the steam. Oh, you probably get the steam thing tomorrow. Mm-hmm. They did not give me electrolytes this morning after the steam thing, so you probably won't get them. But if you happen to be tired in the afternoon, then you will. Ooh, hey look, we have a beautiful sunset. It's starting. And I think, oh, I think we'll end with that. Or you got something else?
No, my day was pretty
chill.
Pretty chill. The only difference was I had
You actually had to keep up your schedule?
pineapples for my appetizer, and yeah, I had to keep up with my schedule. That's about it. Pretty chill overall.
Over and out. See you later, alligator.